Hi guys, today we're going to be talking about the purpose of law. Why the heck do we have laws? Why do we need them? What is the whole point of the whole system? So to start with that, we have to go way back to the beginning. You'll remember from previous videos and lessons that we've talked about Enlightenment philosophers and how a lot of our ideas and laws and principles of government all come from this time period called the Enlightenment. Philosophers were questioning government and trying to come up with new ideas about where government comes from, what the purpose of government is, and what the purpose of law is. John Locke was an English philosopher, and he theorized that all human beings are born with natural rights. Colonists, as well as others around the world, began to question the authority of the monarchy, like England's, and they started questioning the king. Locke also brought up the rule of law, which states that no individual is above the law. If no individual is above the law, then how could a king or queen rule over a country governed by laws? That makes no sense. Another philosopher, Montesquieu, founded the idea of checks and balances. These checks and balances would assign separate powers to the monarchy, the aristocracy, and a limited democracy. And today, we have that same separation of powers in our government. In his book, The Spirit of Laws, he wrote of how the monarchs could be stopped from abusing their power by institutions such as the church and guilds. In other words, he felt like other people in power could balance out the monarch. Thomas Hobbes, on the other hand, adhered to a philosophy that people were naturally lawless and selfish. Therefore, society needed a strict set of laws to keep people in line and not take advantage of each other's properties or liberties. Jean-Jacques Rousseau took Hobbes' ideas one step further, and he wrote a book called The Social Contract, which talked about how the state should exist as a contract based on popular sovereignty, which you'll remember is where people have the right to govern themselves and only others can govern if they give their consent. In other words, a contract was developed between the people and the government. If the state represents the will of the people, it may exist, but if the government goes against the people's will, it should be overthrown. Niccolo Machiavelli is famous for his book, The Prince. Machiavelli's theory centers on maintaining order in a monarchy. To rule effectively, a monarch or prince must do whatever is necessary to keep order among his subjects. You'll recall the theory of ordered government that we talked about in previous lessons, which is present in today's government in the US. Although they disagreed on how to rule society, all of these thinkers came to the same conclusion. Civilizations need to work in an orderly fashion with the inclusion of laws. Order is necessary in order for society to function. Laws help maintain that order. The rule of law protects individual rights, the common good, and promotes government accountability. Laws are found in many different aspects of society, including nature, social customs, religion, and legislatures. Natural law states that actions should be ruled by virtue or a sense of what is right and just. Our laws are made to reflect this concept. Laws can also be found in religion. For example, Thomas Aquinas believed and wrote extensively about the Catholic Church's philosophy that human beings should reflect the actions of Christ by living with constraints of the Church. The Ten Commandments clearly spell out what is expected and what is not allowed by the Catholic Church. Catholics also follow many rules for practicing religion. Similarly, Catholics also have their own government in a sense. The Pope is the head of this Catholic government and the head of the Catholic religion, and he resides in Vatican City, an entire city dedicated to the Catholic Church. The function of law in American constitutional system includes maintaining fairness, protecting individuals' rights, promotion of the common good. These basic functions are derived from Greek democratic thought, Enlightenment ideals, and societal pressures. While we sometimes think of laws as being oppressive, they serve a purpose. They're there to protect us, to protect our rights, to protect us from the government, and to ensure that everyone can work together and society can function as a whole.